Okay, class, this is on color wheels. So basically I've just created my own color wheel here and I've estimated all of these pie piece wedges, so I encourage you to do the same. Don't worry about measuring them out exactly the same. Just do the best you can using the color wheel that's in Blackboard as your visual guide. Once you have all the circles drawn and then all the pie wedges drawn, you can label all of the colors that you're gonna paint before you start to paint so you don't get confused. So I've just labeled the primaries and secondaries. So we've got red, and then we've got a gap, then orange, a gap, yellow, a gap, green, a gap, blue, a gap, purple, a gap, and back to red. So all those gaps will get tertiary colors, but I'm gonna start with just painting in the primaries. So this outer ring is gonna be your hues, and if you recall, hue is just the color itself without anything else added to it. So the other thing I want you guys to decide before you start painting is which primaries you're going to use. I've decided to use cool yellow, warm blue, and cool red. You can use whatever you want, but remember you need to make 2 color wheels, one with gouache and one with acrylic. So depending on which 3 you use for your acrylic, I want you to use the other 3 for your gouache and vice versa. And I leave that up to you. So we're gonna start by painting that outer ring. I'm starting with red. And I have 3 brushes here just for ease of painting, but if you don't have 3, you can always rinse your brush in between. The other thing to remember is if you're getting low on paint or you're having a hard time filling the space in really nicely, you can always add a little bit of water to your paint. That'll make your paint go a long way. So I've got my red hue. I'm gonna switch over to my blue hue, which is here. And then finally the yellow, which is here. Okay, so now it's time to do the secondary color. Since I have yellow here already, I'm gonna go ahead and mix myself green by adding just a small amount of blue to the yellow. That's a green I'm happy with. I'm gonna paint that in my secondary. And since my brush is already dirty, I'm gonna also work on the tertiary colors at the same time. Now I'm gonna do a blue-green. Trying to go in between that blue and the green I just made. So this doesn't have as many steps as the secondary, tertiary color wheel, or the color value scales, but it'll still help with practicing mixing. That's the real point of all these color studies. And then the last thing I'm going to do is make like a yellow green. So just a little bit of blue to that yellow. And so work your way all the way around that outer ring. And then watch the next video for how to make tints, which are these colors plus white, and shades, which are these colors plus black, which will be your center and inner rings.